an age-old debate. Which is better, Formula 1 or INDYCAR? Well, we're going to try and discuss in this video. We've got some facts that might back up some opinions and other facts which will completely destroy them. But yeah, I'm going to start off by talking about overtakes, because when you see a race with lots of overtakes, sometimes it's not as good as ones with just amazing overtakes, if that makes any sense. Because we had quite boring races throughout the 2015 season. I'm not going to lie, I stumbled across an article which said we saw a 20% decrease in the amount of overtakes with a 9% decrease in the amount of cars on the grid. I think that shows each year it seems that we're losing the amount of overtakes just because the cars are finding it even harder to follow each other each and every year. But I found this interesting webpage. I'm going to get it up right now and literally just talk about it as I'm looking at it. So, the 2015 Formula 1 season had 19 Grand Prix and 592 overtakes. So, nearly 600 overtakes in 19 races. But the overtakes per Grand Prix is 31.16. That's not very good, let's be honest. That is not very good whatsoever. And in the dry, it's even worse. Like, the average in the dry is 30.18. So, I think the one that we had a lot of overtakes in was the United States Grand Prix, which was probably the best race of the season. Now, I'm not just saying that overtakes makes a good race, but I suppose generally it makes a big part of a good race is the fact that there's just people overtaking each other all of the time. So, the overtakes really were decreased in 2015. So overtakes Grand Prix in 2014 were 43.58. In 2013 it's 52. 2012 it's 57.15. And in 2011 it's 60 Grand Prix. 60 overtakes per Grand Prix. Nearly double in 2011. Nearly as double as much as there was in 2015, which is quite staggering to be perfectly honest. There were 1,152 overtakes in 2011 and 592 in 2015. And remember, 2011 was the year where Sebastian Vettel dominated the championship, but yet I don't remember it as a boring season because there were just lots of overtakes. And as I said, not just always overtakes that make good racing, but I suppose it's generally the fact that lots of good overtakes do make a good race in general. But just looking at the recent Grand Prix as well, the United States Grand Prix is the only one with more than 32 overtakes in a Grand Prix. I can't honestly believe that. Thinking about that, just basically each car overtaking each other once and then, saying the lead just swaps back and then back again. That counts as 2 overtakes, and there's only 31 in general in these races. It's kind of crazy, but yeah, that's sort of got off topic quite badly already, and we're already over halfway through the video. But INDYCAR, we'll get into this a bit later, but INDYCAR just seems to have a lot more action than Formula 1. Formula 1 last year was just really boring, but INDYCAR seems very consistent in the amount of overtakes, the amount of action that each race has. In my opinion, INDYCAR does have too many safety cars, but if they're just trying to be safe, I can really understand that. But INDYCAR, the action is so much more great than it is in Formula 1. I know Formula 1 is the pinnacle. I know Formula 1 cars are better than Indy cars around most tracks in the world, except ovals. But that doesn't make good racing just because it's a great car. Generally, if it's an amazing car, it actually provides bad racing because the cars just can't follow each other. And the fact that obviously the whole grid, there are 10 different teams, obviously 11 in 2016. They've all got different cars, lots of different components, lots of different members of the team, and it makes all the teams so different. It means that there's such a strung out Formula 1 grid, and basically the only things you can complain about in INDYCAR is that the engine, the aero kit, or it generally just goes down to the driver. How good you finish in the season is down to how good a driver you are. But it's probably a topic for maybe a podcast or something you can talk about for like 25-30 minutes with other people, throw back ideas at each other. But generally, I do think that INDYCAR is more exciting than Formula 1. With the amount of caliber of drivers going over to INDYCAR recently, the people like Max Chilton, you could say is an F1 reject, but he actually rejected Formula 1. He had the opportunity to race in Formula 1 again last year, but he rejected it because he said he didn't want to race in a bottom team. At least that's what I read. But that's it for this video, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy it. Something a little bit different. I suppose I did sort of rush the INDYCAR bit, but you get the idea. Thanks for watching. It's been Alex, I'm out here. Goodbye.